back. You're a top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Steelers and the Cardinals. All that and more coming up next.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league. Throwing to start the drive. Golden on the slant. He'll get it to Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Back to throw. Golden. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
2nd and 2. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Now the ball comes loose, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. He gets this to the former Aztec, Kahale Waring. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 28. 27 yards there, a first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA's. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth with touchdown number 8 on the year. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with the first down. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Golden. A throw for Claypool is intercepted. Charles, they were flirting with disaster already back. After a week's worth of preparation, probably not prepared for this. It's early. Throwing after the interception. Golden, the left side complete. And he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, let's take a second look at this just to make sure.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw on second down. Golden. He's got this to Pickens. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A first down there on a pickup to 25. Operating from the gun. Golden. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
They'll look to throw again. Completes this one to Pickens. Touchdown! George Pickens, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers have regained the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better.
He's in the midst of a brilliant campaign through his 40th touchdown.
Here we go, sack. Back 60.
Throwing to start the drive. Golden. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
19 lights. Go.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Golden. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make
their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. And it's been
Ready. Let's roll. Buffalo 18. Come 19.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On first down, Golden. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 31-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Completion here to Claypool. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Operating from the gun. Golden. And it'll be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cards are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Throwing on first down. Golden finding Pickens for another catch. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Pat Fryermuth, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. On 1st and 10, Golden. That's complete to his tight end, Fryermuth. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Golden. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kahale Waring, 32 yards. And the Steelers have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
The Steelers ready for their next possession. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. on first down. Golden. That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Throwing on first down. Golden. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. To throw again. Golden. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 14. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to slide to a halt inside the 5-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Let's go now.
It's a quarterback sneak. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here at least. And the Steelers set to take the field. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he stopped immediately there. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll go again to Jones. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the gun on third down, Golden. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
Okay, break.
Now the first carry for Bush. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they take a knee. this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive.
Here we go. Set. Cowboy 8.
On 1st and 10, Golden. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Golden. This one swung out here to Jones. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on 2nd down. The Steelers at 13-2 on the year, and they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring. And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
On 1st down, Golden. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Well, these two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7, and it was the visiting Steelers who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Pittsburgh. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 14. A gain there of 21 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a home. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Golden. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
From the gun on 3rd down, Golden. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. DJ Reader. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. Following the fumble recovery, Golden caught by Jones. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Trey Hendrickson. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A slant to Jones. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. 3-0 after one on EA's second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun. Golden. He'll find Jones again. Complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting... Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Golden. Pickens on the slant. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. Operating from the gun. Golden. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down. Golden. Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Ready up! 18, pioneer!
On 1st and 10. Golden looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Looking to throw. Golden. This is caught. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. They'll try and sneak it here. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. They'll go with the keeper, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got
Ready?
Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So we're in the latter. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
18 Cardinals. Cup 19, Warriors 17.
On 1st down, Golden. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Operating from the gun, Golden. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back to throw again. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. Touchdown! Pat Freiermuth hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their...
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. He finds Pickens over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Golden. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Again, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. They run up, and the ball is knocked out. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Throwing on first down. Golden. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. B.J. Hill able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now a first and 10 at the 11. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On the counter, here's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now we'll pause for an injury here. That's George Pickens, the receiver who's in some discomfort. And not what you want to see this late in the season. The medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion.
Well, this was a good one. Excitement all the way to the end. You had the points, and then they were hoping.
This is what we've been waiting for. You're about to match up with a DB in the 99 club, but nobody can hold you. Keep your feet fast, your mind ready. Let's go.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. On 1st and 10, Golden drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Looking to throw. Golden looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. He's hoping for better luck here on drive number 2. Of course, the first drive, he threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. Now starting again here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. And this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. The Steelers at 14-2 heading into this final week. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done. He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found the lane to pick up the first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the interception. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Back to throw. Golden. The left side completion to Jones. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Throw left side complete. That's Jones.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got this to Pickens. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll look to throw again. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. To throw on 3rd down, Golden. Completes this one to Pickens. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 33. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Operating from the gun, Golden. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
To throw on 2nd down, Golden. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding. Offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there with touchdown number 15 of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Steelers. He's been sensational all year. He threw touchdown pass number 4. First down, Golden. Well, there's that man again. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. throwing on first down. Golden. A throw left side, caught by the tight end, Freiermuth. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on second down. Golden on the slant. He'll get it to Jones. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. First and 10.
Let's go now.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And it's caught. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. The final shot before break. Golden. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. It's their quarterback as time expires in the first half. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Touchdowns on their first three possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Throwing to start the drive. Golden. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Back to throw. Golden. Finding Pickens once again. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. And inside give to Jones. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly, the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to put one over his head as this game progresses.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. On first and 10, Golden. A slant to Jones. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Ronald Jones from 8 yards out. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me.
The Steelers ready to take over on offense.
Okay, ready? 18 card, delete, don't blow 18. Cut 19.
On first down, Golden flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Floyd picks up his second sack of the afternoon. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Complete to Ronald Jones. A gain of 10 yards. And it's third down.
And the Steelers on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 7. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The end result, 21 yards.
Let's go now.
And the Steelers first and
19 tight.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on third down, Golden. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
60 by 6.
Jones, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Steelers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this one. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field.
Go!
Bush trying the middle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
18 right here. Go!
From the gun on third down, Golden. Complete to Jones. And it's a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And they, unfortunately, are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Again, this is Bush. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll go again with Bush. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Bush on third down. He will push pushes way down to about the 14. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2